it is what it is, right? Oh, and we're dead because we're inside of a Corsair. That's stealth gameplay for you right there. Isn't it gorgeous? Stealth gameplay. What up, guys? Astro Manny here. Welcome back to another video. How you guys doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the party. Today is the Sabre build day. Today we're going to talk stealth. Today we're going to explain a bit more about stealth, and we're going to talk about the changes that happened to the components in 4.1.1 that has changed stealth builds actually quite a bit. So the Sabre took quite a hit in this last patch, and therefore making it less stealthy and less powerful, but I've done my best to make it work, and we're going to see how it goes here in today's video. I have a small amount of stick drift because my right stick needs to be tightened. We'll go over that later. But you know, if you like that sort of thing, you like the stealth stuff, like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things. I appreciate you. You also could hit that notification bell so you know when we go live, because we're live streaming right now. So if you want to catch these things live and ask questions on the live stream, that's how you do it. Hit that notification bell. We stream mostly every single day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we stream all day long, 8 or 9 hours, things like that. Plus, we give you guys the videos too. How does he do it? How does he do it? All right, Sabre stealth build. That's what we're talking about today. Let's get into it. So let's pull up Urkel and SP Viewer, because we're going to use both websites today to explain the stealth mechanics. We got people talking in chat and stuff, asking questions that we are recording, so I'm going to not answer every question. But Star Snake has a question that has to do with stealth. Is the Sabre better than the Talon as far as stealth? That's debatable. Maybe we will go over that in a video in the future. Right now, we're going to talk about the Sabre. I honestly haven't tested the Talon out this patch, so I will get back to you on that one. But let's pull up the websites for you guys, right? So let's pull up Urkel and SP Viewer. We're going to use both of these today. I'm going to remove my camera so we can see everything and stuff, which means you guys won't be able to see chat for a little bit. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. That right there is what I want. Okay, so here we are, and we're talking about the build. This is the build that I am running on my Sabre because it gives you the best of both worlds. Okay, what is the build? I'm still running NDBs like we did in our previous Sabre build, because if you're going to sneak up on somebody, you want to do damage and you want to do it fast. Some people might be like, well, why don't you run the RDRs attritions so you can do even more damage and do it fast? Well, because if you don't get the kill and you end up in a dogfight, you really want those NDBs, not the attritions. DPS is not the only thing that matters. You guys know this, so put on the NDBs or your Panthers even, because the attritions really aren't going to work in PvP situations. So they'll work fine for, you know, your PvE stuff. So to each their own. Weapons are always optional. You guys choose what weapons you want to run. That's up to you. All right, missile racks. I'm running the regular Sabre. Missile racks are left default. That's not my thing. I don't mess with missiles too much. If you guys want to put on whatever missiles you want to run, it doesn't matter. Put on whatever missiles you want to run. Have fun with it. Enjoy. Right? Next, we're moving on to the shields. Okay, so why have I chosen FR66 shields? Let's talk about this a little bit, okay? If you want the best stealth emissions, if you want the absolute super duper, very super duper best, you need to put on stealth shields. So let's showcase this real quick. If you have stealth shields on, if you have your Mirage grade A or any of the stealth shields, it doesn't have to be the grade A stealth shields, you can see that your signature does drop to 3.7 and your emissions does drop to 3K. Okay, so you're gonna drop another 300, 400 emissions off of your ship. That's perfectly fine. I actually think that's pretty well worth it. And maybe you should run that. That is an option. But my build, I'm going to go for an all-around setup to be best of both worlds. So I'm gonna run my FR66s. You see how much HP we're gaining by running FR66s? We're gaining a whopping 700 per shield, meaning that we're gaining 1400 HP by running FR66s. So I think it's worth going up that 400 emissions and running the military grade shields. That's completely up to you, 100% up to you if you think that is worth it or not. But for me, I think it is. Okay. Another thing to note is you have all these pips. Okay. But you only need 2 pips and shields for you to get full HP into shields. The extra pips is to make your regen of the shield go faster. This is for the FR66s. They only need 1 per shield for the full health of the shield. If you were to run industrial shields, it would be different. You would need more max pips to get the max health on your shields. Okay, moving on next, power plants. Slipstream is your grade A stealth power plant that gets you the max pips with the lowest emissions. I only run 1 power plant because if you put 2 power plants on, then again, your emissions will go up higher. So if you put on a second slipstream, your emissions bump up another 600. You don't necessarily want to do that, right? So you only want to run 1 slipstream if you're going to do stealth. Same with the cooler. You should only run 1 cooler because adding a second cooler is going to bump up your emissions even higher. So you're running 1 power plant and 1 cooler. And if you're running the slipstream, you have to run the snow blinds. That is the way you have to do it. Unless you're running a non-grade A, then you don't need a grade A cooler. But if you're running the grade A slipstream, you need the grade A cooler. This number here, your cooling generation has to be higher than your power generation on the power plant. And it seems this patch in 4.1.1, let's make sure we don't time out. I think I moved and stopped us from timing out in the game. Your quantum drive does matter. So make sure that you have a stealth power plant in. It doesn't have to be the grade A Spectre, but make sure you do have a stealth power plant in, whether it's the drift or whatever the heck it is. That sounded bad. Okay, no, we're good. Okay. So I'm running the Spectre because it's grade A, right? Some people are always leaving in the comments, how do you get these grade A components? Why are you showing these builds with grade A components when you can't even get them in the game? Guys, if you're watching videos on ship builds, you should be watching videos on how to get grade A components. If you don't know how to get grade A components, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to tell you, okay? I'm just going to tell you. I'm not going to be rude about it. I'm going to tell you about it. All right. So the path locations on the Hawthorne mining locations is where you can get grade A components. The OLP in the Hawthorne mining locations, contested zones, Wikilos, they are everywhere. You can get them. You could buy them from players. There are tons of ways to get grade A components. They're out there. They're not impossible to get. They're very easy to get. So yes, I use grade A components. It's okay. Everybody can get them. Just ask in global chat or anywhere and we'll help you out. And ask in the comments and all those wonderful things. And we'll help you out. Also leave comments down below what you think about the build. Let's go over to SP Viewer for a second because as you can see here on Urkel, they haven't fixed the Sabre bug where it's showing you're only getting 9 pips when you're running this build. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. You are getting much higher pips on this build than it says. You are getting 14, I believe. You get 14 pips. So we'll go over to SP Viewer. As you can see, you get 14 pips. Okay, this is the same exact build, the same exact way on the other website, full NDBs, FR66s, snow blinds, slipstream, and the Spectre. Okay, all that is the same here on SP Viewer as it is on Urkel, but this is actually showing the correct pips. It only does it on the Sabre. I don't know why, but this is how I would run my pips: full weapons, full thrusters, and then 3 into shields. and then that'll get your most bang for the buck. 14 pips is what you're going to get. We're going to show you in game right now, but we're going to talk a little bit more about stealth mechanics. Okay. So this is a stealth video explaining all the stealth that we can explain. Okay. So here on Daymar, it seems my emissions are a little bit higher base wise than they are somewhere else. I don't know why the number changes here and whatnot, because when we were out in space, it was 4.1. Right now it's saying 5.1. I don't know what the case is. It's Star Citizen, guys. We're playing Star Citizen. But look, here on my dashboard, you can see my emissions. It's saying 5.1 with full pips. Okay. Probably if we drop down to less pips, well, that's only going to change the EM, so that doesn't matter. Let's bring it back up. Okay. So here on the dashboard, you can see my emissions. Okay. The cross section is never going to change, but as you can see, there's a top number and a bottom number. The top number is your ship's emissions. Okay. Just like we showed on the website, the top number is your emissions. The bottom number is the background noise that is around you. So this bottom number is actually hiding your emissions because of background noise, background infrared, background electromagnetic, background noise. So to find your actual emissions that people are seeing due to the location you are, you take your top number and you minus the bottom number, and that's what your emissions will currently be. So if you look at our infrared, it's 5.1 at the moment, but you have to minus 1.2, which means our infrared is actually 3.9, correct, at the moment. And then our electromagnetic is actually only 1 at the moment because of where we are on the planet. That's how the stealth mechanic works. But wait, I know this is a long explanation on stealth mechanics, but this is what you guys want to hear, right? This is the full explanation. There's more. That's not it. Currently, my emissions is 3.9 and 1, and my cross section 3.8, right? That's currently what it is, but that's not what you're going to see it as, okay? Let's pull back up the website again, right? And let's talk about radars real quick. Different ships have different radars. Fighter ships have size 1 radars that only see 80% of what you're showcasing. Okay? So this is another factor in your stealth build mechanics. So if our stealth is at 5.1 on infrared, you're going to minus the 1.2 from the background information, bringing it to 3.9. But then, like I said here, 80% is only what the fighters are going to be picking up. So then you would multiply this by 0.8, and that is the number that they will see you at. That specifically is going to change as you move around. You'll see as we fly around, the emissions is going to change. You see how that went up to 1.3. The electromagnetic is changing. The environment changes depending on where you are. So those numbers are always going to change. The electromagnetic or the infrared has gone up to 1.4 now in my current location. So that is always changing. So your actual point where people are going to pick you up is changing depending on where you are physically in the verse. So it's really hard to talk about where exactly you're going to be picked up at the exact moment in time. But that is the full explanation on how stealth mechanics currently work. Okay. And that's it. That's what I got for you guys today. We're going to use the ship now and try a little bit of performance for you guys. We have Veeman here.
Yo.
And Veeman is in a Hornet, and he's going to tell us what he can see us at the moment. When can you radar lock onto us?
Give me a sec, let me go back. 2.6, 2.7.
So currently he can lock us on at 2.7.
2.4 if I, yeah, about 2.4.
Yeah, so 2.4. I can get it down probably to 1.6, 1.5 if I run the stealth shields. And for some reason, this is showing that I have 5.1 at the moment. That might be due to the one single cooler. But turning your shields off is not going to change this number here. And he's probably picking me up a cross section anyways.
You getting pushed. Ooh.
Somebody just flew right by. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna push you.
It's all good. But he's picking me up at 2.4 right now, which it's actually, as you can see, he's probably lost track of me at the moment, right?
You give me a second. Let me turn around. I was watching that Gladius. Give me a sec. Yeah, I can. I can still pick you up
now
if
it
I
came
scan.
back. Okay. So, like, as you can see, things are going to be changing around you all the time. So let's see if we can find some players to attack and sneak up on with our stealth build, and that'll be what we're going to do next, right?
That took me 1.2 to detect you for some reason. I don't know why.
See, and then it changes. So it took you to 1.2 until you could see me. There's so many things, so many variables that don't actually work right, and it's really weird.
That Gladius is eyeing you up, I think.
He went way far away, but he's coming back in. I guess it's probably a viewer, the Gladius. Let's see if we can find a bounty real quick and showcase trying to find somebody to attack. So we got a bunch of bounties in this server. We're just gonna pick up the first one here, and if he's close by, we'll try to go get him. If the bounty missions are even working, that is. Currently, it's not. Well, I'm not tracking. There we go. Okay. So this bounty I picked up seems to be probably at Grimhex. No, he's at Stellan. So actually, let's try to go get him.
You want to share it with us when you get a chance?
Yeah, I could share it. I can't, but I'm chasing Stabu. So we're going after.
Or I'll quantum to you.
All right, guys. Again, let me turn on the webcam and stuff. We're still recording the video. We went through a lot of information. Hello, guys that are just coming in, Brotherhood and others, Spicy, and whatnot. Thanks for the follows, Spicy and Crudic. Again, we are recording a YouTube video, so I am responding a little bit less to the stream chat. We're now going to, like I said, try to get the gameplay version of this video and try to see if we can use our stealth ship to sneak up on somebody. And maybe get you guys some PvP showcased. Do we do call to arms? I mean, I guess, right? If we're trying to chase bounties down. I can't even get call to arms. No big deal at the moment. All right. So I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere on Stellan. We're gonna try to find him here. He seems to be at SPK. Okay. So if we get there fast enough, we won't have any ship combat, it seems. Because he's probably already on the station. But it is what it is, right? Oh, and we're dead. Because we're inside of a Corsair. That's stealth gameplay for you right there. Isn't it gorgeous? Stealth gameplay.
I'm watching your stream, mate. Doesn't look good for you.
Wow, there's like a whole fleet right here. I think this is just because this is where people... Yep. Because this is where people spawn in. They go to OM1, and then they go to SPK from there. Well, this will be a cool stream thing. I'm going to cut here for the video, and then we'll get you guys some stealth gameplay here in a second. Okay guys, I am back in the Sabre from our cut from earlier. This is actually quite a few hours after our cut from earlier. We're out here back at Daymar and gonna see if we can find anything and sneak up on it and get a kill or two. The bounties that are currently in the server, they're all hiding in Grimhex, so we don't have the opportunity to get them at the moment. But if they do come out, we will try to get them, of course. But I'm going to try to get some kind of footage for you guys. Like I said, getting PvP footage is always difficult because it's unpredictable and you never know what's going to happen. You can't make a script for it. You can't do anything like that. So it's all organic if you're doing it organically, right? Like, I mean, you could make it unorganic and make some kind of stuff out of it, but we want to get you guys organic stuff, so it's a little bit difficult. I don't see anybody flying around out here. We're going to give it a minute or so, and then we'll check the other location. And we'll find out. Like I said, I'm just going to roll around here at the Hawthorne locations. I probably could go to the Hunt the Polaris area, but I don't want to just pick somebody off who's hunting the Polaris. That's a little mean. I don't mind picking people off at the Hawthorne Miner location because it is kind of a PvP area, right? So it's a bit fair game. We could go to Pyro and probably get some PvP in Pyro at the executive hangars, but then we also have to get there at the correct time that the executive hangars are up, and to be honest, going to Pyro is a lot of work. So we'll fly around here, look for a target. Like this, we found a target. It is a Connie. It is a Connie. It's not something we can particularly kill quickly. So it's not going to be something we can snipe. But we can definitely be invisible to him. Right? And he's not going to know what hit him. And he's going to run from us. So prepare for the running. But this is a good showcase of this Connie has no idea that we're here. It has no idea that we're rolling up on him. And let's see how we make him panic. We don't necessarily need to kill him to showcase this, but he has no idea. Zero ideas of what's happening right now. We're just going to roll up and we're going to engage and see what he does. He's not even, he's panicking. He's landing on the ground and he's panicking. Maybe he's going to get out of his ship. I don't know what his plan is, but 4 NDBs right in the stomach of the ship. And he's disabled. Okay. We're not even going to kill him. We're just going to leave him disabled there. Bomb time. If I had a bomb on the Sabre, I would. But I don't think the Sabre can get a bomb because it has size 3 racks, right? So I don't know if the Sabre can get bombs. Or can it? I could be wrong. That would be crazy. A stealth Sabre bomber? Yeah, I don't think that would be fair. But there you go. We got a little bit of footage. We'll try to get at least one more. He had no idea that we were there. So we will. Play some eggies on a Talon. Like a Talon video is going to be next week. We'll make a Talon video next week. And we'll definitely put bombs on that Talon for sure. If it's size 3, I don't know if putting the size 2 bomb racks works, you know what I mean? Like we'll have to test it later. I guess I would want that in my build if you could. Why put the F8C Lightning in the shop if you need the ticket? Because people have had the ticket in the past, bro. Come on, guys. Just... Y'all are so crazy. All right, J-Web, catch you in a little bit. All right, I'm going to try the other location. And see if we can catch something. And this is all, you know, uncut other than the cut that we had to make earlier because we got the ship purpled and all that kind of stuff. So I want to show you guys, like, this is organic stuff that we're trying to pull off. It does take time to be a stealth fighter and find something organic. It takes time in general to find people to PvP in a PvP zone sometimes. We're about midday now in Eastern Standard Time. We're about midday, 3 o'clock. So the amount of people that are on, the server's full, but the amount of people that are on might be a little situational. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to quantum to the other location. I don't know which one we're at right now, but we're going to go to the other one.
Man, if you can ever get close to another Connie ever again, dumbfire some missiles to the left aft.
Okay.
That will instantly shut down the quantum drive.
Like the top or?
No, just the left aft side.
Like the very back of it, like where the engines are?
In between the... halfway in between the ports and to the very rear.
Also, like on the side.
Yeah.
Not the back of it.
Yeah, not the back.
Okay.
Because it houses the components there.
Chill Ninja over here asking, is the Sabre better than the Hornet? No, never. Is the Sabre better to run than the Hornet Ghost? Yes, in my opinion. Than the Hornet Ghost, yes, but not a regular combat F7A. You can rejoin Meerkat. But I'm in the middle of creating a YouTube video at the moment. Hold on. You could join the chat. You shouldn't be locked out of the chat. Or are you? No bombs? Okay. We can't get bombs on the Sabre. Sad. If we can catch something. We could always just catch the NPCs that are sitting around the bases, right? Because they can't see us either. Just like players can't see us, the NPCs can't see us either, man. Got a contact. It's an NPC. Dang. Those are probably all NPCs. Another Connie out here. The NPCs are just showing up to the path.
Matthew O's is on the move.
Matthew O's is on the move. Bert. Maybe we got a potential target here. Still says Grimhex for me. Let me know when he quantums out of there. Or do you think he's fighting at Grimhex?
He's just flying right now.
No, I'll just come
He's
to you.
booking it out of here.
Oh, so he is booking it out of there. Okay. Ooh, we got a unknown marker over here. Ooh, we got a moving unknown marker over here. Okay, let's see if we get something here. We got a Gladdy. Okay, let's see if we can sneak up on this Gladdy, and that'll make me happy for this video. Right now, our emissions are completely covered. We are almost invisible. Let's see if we can get him. We need to pull up behind him. He has no idea that we're here. We're just gonna roll up. Get as close as possible. I think he sees us now, though. Full back strafe. Maybe he knows but doesn't know. Okay. Here we go, sneaking up on this Gladdy. And full on him. Got him. There's your stealth gameplay, boys. He had no idea. Alright, let's see if we can go get Matthews too.
I think he's on the way to like Microtech.
Okay. I'm going to do a cut here, guys. That might be the end of our Sabre video. It might not. If we end up sneaking up on Matthews, I will restart the YouTube footage and we will get you that footage too. But just in case, you know, thanks for watching, guys. We will have a Hornet video later this week, and then next week we will have the Buccaneer and the Talon video for you guys. And then, of course, enjoy all the Zero to Heroes or Rookie to Admiral videos that are coming out right now. And, of course, stop by the live streams, guys. Stop by the live streams anytime. Hit that notification bell. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you enjoyed the small bit of organic PvP gameplay we got for you in the Sabre. Try to stay away from him. Let me try to sneak up on him. Here we go. Guys, I got us maybe a possible another part of this video. He's rolling in pretty fast. I don't think he's here for funsies. I think he's here for a suicide mission. We'll see what happens. He doesn't know we're here, but he's in nav and he's flying like a madman. I don't know what his plan is. Let's see if we can get him. Okay, just come in, guys. I don't think it matters about spooking him in at all anymore. I don't know what his plan is. Okay, so he doesn't know that we're here. I mean, this isn't going to be really that cool stealth gameplay, but we're here, going for the kill, and there you go. The Guardian, there's some random Guardian here, just lit him up. There's a nice little blooper for you guys for the end of the video. I wouldn't particularly call that my kill, but we were here for it. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the live stream. Come say hi on Twitch and YouTube. Come say hi to both. All right.